Yeah, the House and Senate are still dramatically apart on expanding Medicaid. A conference committee has been appointed, but apparently has not met yet, and that has prompted a long list of rallies trying to get those two sides to the bargaining table.
Full Medicaid expansion now.
Healthcare groups like Care for Mississippi were hoping the opponents of Medicaid expansion would change their mind. They say too many working poor Mississippians need the help.
I would ask the House and the Senate, as did my predecessor here, to get together, put politics aside, put people first, and come up with a working bill that will give access to health care to all Mississippians.
The House and Senate versions of Medicaid expansion are very far apart. Both the House and Senate have appointed conference committee members to try and reach a compromise.
It's our job to find a solution. I think that people have certainly told us, both in individual conversations and here in the Capitol, that they want a solution.
Senator Bryce Wiggins is one of the Senate Conference Committee members. The Senate's version of expansion would include only 40,000 working poor and would have to prove they work 30 hours a week to qualify. The House version could cover more than 4 times that amount and potentially lure millions of federal matching dollars.
I will say this, that it's been the Senate position of what we call a fiscally responsible, some have said a conservative bill, and we're going to maintain that.
Wiggins says he and the other conference committee members are hearing the call for expansion, including a letter from the Mississippi Economic Council and the Manufacturers Association calling for compromise. Democrats worry the whole idea of expansion may fail this session.
We're at a point now that everybody needs to be firm in their positions. It's like being in a courtroom. The House needs to make their best arguments, and they need to stay steadfast in trying to get a plan that's passed to cover as many people as possible and take advantage of expansion.
I tried to talk to the Senate Medicaid Chairman, Kevin Blackwell, who's on that conference committee, about the upcoming committee reports. He said today, I am not taking any questions, as he rushed into a meeting with the Lieutenant Governor. So that conference committee has to meet at some point. The session's set to end by May 5th, but could wrap up even sooner than that. We're live tonight at the state capitol. Scott Simmons, 16 WAPT News.